Hi, I'm Lourdes.
And I'm Eric, but you can call me Tello. This show is a family-oriented show, but it's oriented from the adult perspective. We talk about adult situations, and very often we use adult language. So if there's any kids in the room, kick their asses out. They don't belong here right now. Unless they want to learn something about life.
Right, this may not be suitable for children. And I'd like to add, I don't want to make anybody mad, and I love my family and friends.
I do too. All right, welcome to the show. Just getting stretched.
Me too.
Cuz what a it's been a heck of a time, no?
Yeah, 2021. We thought 2020 was bad. Shit.
2021 said, "Hold my beer."
Right? Move aside, I got something to show you.
Yeah.
This is how it's done.
Yeah, we're recording.
This is how you keep people home.
Oh man, just because this will be out of probably in a few weeks. We're recording on February 27th, which just last week, not this previous week, like I don't know, 10 days ago, we were in the midst of an ice storm.
Yeah, Southeast Texas.
All of Texas.
Well, yeah.
All of the Midwest, I believe, was suffering some very severe winter weather. But yeah, Texas was just not prepared for that.
At all.
Yeah, I lost power for 2 days. Our water, we just recently got off the boil notice for the water. That was about 2 days ago, I think. So yeah.
We've been off it for about a week.
So you want to talk about your experience? Like, what were you, were you prepared for it at all?
When the forecasters started to talk about being prepared, you know, I think the 3 Ps, pipes, plants,
and pussy,
and pets.
What was the last one?
Pets.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. No pooning.
No, I was talking about pussycats. Yeah, your pet pussycat. My goodness.
Anyway.
See, my 3 Ps were pizza. That was it.
Pussycat.
And pinochle. Keep you occupied during the power outage.
Pinochle?
It's a card game.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. We, I heard one news station, they were talking about the infrastructure, that the state of Texas the infrastructure wasn't built to handle these types of winter storms.
Let me look up infrastructure. I'm kidding.
Don't ask me what that means. No, I'm joking.
I'll tell you what it means right off the top of my head. It's just the basic physical and organizational structures and facilities, for example, buildings, roads, power supplies needed for the operation of society or enterprise. Duh.
There you go. Everybody knows that.
I knew that. I just didn't know how to define it so eloquently. Thank you, Google.
Always. So when I heard that, I was at work and I was thinking, damn, how am I going to go get what I need?
Like, damn, I haven't invested enough in my infrastructure.
I need to get water and, you know, whatever. Anyways, I went to the store on my lunch and I just ran through, and I don't know if you have like, I don't know, a scan and go. So you don't even really have to wait in line. You just scan your items.
Oh man, sometimes I'm in such a hurry. I don't even scan. I just go.
Yeah, I think I stole a chicken the other day.
Don't get sidetracked. Don't admit to a crime. You're preparing for the ice storm. You're doing the first P. Wait, was Pete preparing part of it?
No.
Oh. There's 4 Ps. The first one is prepare.
It's not. Oh, yeah, 4 Ps. Yeah. So I went and I got like 3 cases of water. I came home. I dropped everything off, and I told my daughter Isabel. I said, "Hey, babe, if you happen to
get thirsty,
to leave the
there's
house,
3 cases of water right there."
No. I said, "Go to the store and get water.
And some beer for your dad."
Some beer for Dad." So, to say we were prepared with the water situation, I feel comfortable saying yes, we were, because we had water even when we were under the boil notice and the water pressure got so low where we really couldn't use it. We had to like wait a while to fill up buckets or pots to boil. My mother-in-law lives in Mexico, they had lost complete power. They had their gas was, they lost gas, they lost power. It, they live in Matamoros, so they usually don't experience as, cold weather, maybe in the 30s, 40s, once or twice, a few handful of times a year. But the reason I bring her up is way back in the day, they used to not have running water.
Oh,
They had running water and the faucets outside, and they had running water in the kitchen. But that was pretty much it. So to shower, we would have to fill up a bucket of water from one of those faucets outside or in the kitchen, take it into the shower stall, and either warm water to bring the water in the bucket to a temperature where you felt comfortable,
right.
to take a shower. And this has happened before winter and summer. So summer months it's okay because it's nice, cool, sandy water that you're putting on. But during the winter, that water's cold. So we, would boil water, add it to it, whatever. So in a sense, I felt like
you were in it.
We were prepared.
You felt like you'd been knocked into a third world country.
Yes. It took me back to those times. And again, I feel blessed to have experienced something like that. It humbles you. You're like, I take for granted when I'm washing dishes or washing my face or brushing my teeth or washing my hands for 20 seconds. How do you do that when you don't have water? How do you stand there and wash your hands for 20 seconds in a pandemic?
Yeah. We only lost water for a little while, but like I said, our power was out for 2 days. We had, I wasn't prepared for it, but some friends of my roommates had a burst pipe in their apartment, so their apartment got flooded. So they came to stay with us for the week, and turned out to be them plus 2 people who were staying with them. So there were 7 people in our house total. So I just hunkered down in my bedroom. I'd gone camping for a couple of days last year, and thank goodness, because that helped me be a little bit more prepared for it. Mm-hmm. I grabbed my lanterns that I had bought for the camping trip and my wool blanket that I had for the camping trip. And just, I sat down in one spot pretty much the entire time the power was off, just to conserve heat, just to build up my body heat. I have a chair in the corner of my bedroom where I read, pray, and nap and everything. So I was sitting in my chair, I had a blanket, and then I covered up with my wool blanket and then my comforter on top of that. And I just sat there. I would nap there. I just was scrolling through Twitter looking for updates, because the only update I got on my phone ever through like a message that was sent directly to me was Monday morning, our power went off around 2 a.m. And shortly after that, I got a message saying that we were going to be experiencing rolling blackouts for about 40 minutes at a time. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Our power will be back on in less than an hour. Our power came on a couple of times during that day. That was a Monday. That was President's Day. And then Tuesday, our power was off pretty much the whole day. And at some point, Tuesday night, it came on for a couple of hours. Then it went off again. And then late Tuesday night, it came on and stayed on for the duration of the week. Thank goodness. But during that time, like, the thermostat in our house got down to like 56 degrees. Now, and granted, I know that a lot of people had it way worse than us, but just, I just thought it was going to be another cold storm. Like, yeah, it might hit the record books. I had no idea that it was going to be as devastating on the power grid as it was.
Yeah, like less than 5 minutes from a complete blackout.
Yeah, as it turns out. My goodness. How scary is that? And I'm sure...
I mean...
Go ahead.
I feel like we as a society, as the United States, as the state of Texas, we are so vulnerable to...
Yeah, to nature.
Anything happening. I mean... We are so unprepared, and it's very, very scary, because I don't know if it's because we've gotten so used to just going on every day with the same routine or being able to pretty much do what we want, nothing has happened to require, I mean, I know there's been talks now that this has been brought to light,
to weatherize
the
the
different
equipment.
agencies. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I'm sure a lot of people saw the frozen turbines on the internet. That was a big story. But, the thing that wasn't as reported as much, unless you really look for it, was it wasn't just the turbines that froze. It was every system that provides power for Texas had a failure of some sort because of the cold weather. The gas lines, I read that they were frozen. Someone else reported that the pumps had frozen, so it couldn't supply enough gas pressure to keep the lines filled to supply the companies that burn natural gas to create electricity. The nuclear power plant, one of the sensors, I believe it was a sensor, had frozen, so it shut down, which is a safety protocol. Like,
Right.
it should. Yeah, you don't want you don't want nuclear power to go unchecked. So we were losing that, and everything all combined just reduced the amount of power that was available to Texas, since we have our own power grid, which has given a lot of people concerns, like maybe we shouldn't have our own power grid. Maybe we should be connected to the national power grid. But then I also read a story that, if 9 substations throughout the country went down, it could cause an entire blackout for the U.S. So it looks like we need to invest a lot in our infrastructure as far as power grids go. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if our governments can, our local government, our state government, our federal government can all work together to try and come up with a better solution. But I really feel, as a Texan, I feel like our Texas government failed us, because there were people dying literally in their houses.
I'm sorry. I think that I read that about 54 people died as a result of that storm.
Yeah, I heard about a child who froze to death trying to keep his brother warm. People were dying, or it was a big increase in carbon monoxide poisoning, because people were trying to heat their homes and apartments for
their kids
with gas stoves, which you're not supposed to do, but still, like, if you have no choice, what else can you do? People were burning furniture. I read somebody had was disassembling their bunk bed so they could burn the wood. My roommate went out all over town looking for firewood, couldn't find it, so he came back with a truckload full of 2x4s that we cut up so that they could burn. And it was luckily
unbelievable.
Yeah, luckily I was partially prepared, because I had at the beginning of the pandemic, like, the only preparation I'm used to for emergency is hurricane preparation. So when there's an emergency, I go into that mode. So early on in the pandemic, I bought several cases of water when it was available, and they've been kind of sitting there. So I had that, luckily. In fact, today I'm finishing my last bottle of water. Luckily, I have a grocery order to pick up later, and hopefully there will be bottled water. But yeah, it was just it was so unexpected to get that cold. Like, it snowed for the second time this year.
That's crazy.
And it snowed for the third time this year. It did something that I've never seen as a Texan. This might, people up north might be used to this, but first there was a layer of ice that was formed, and then it snowed on top of that. And the snow on top of that looked pretty. It was a beautiful snowfall. Like, it was a nice white powdery coat.
White. Oh.
And then a day or two later, more ice. So there was like a nice shiny ice coat to the snow. It was weird. I went outside to look, just to check on everything after things had calmed down a little bit, and I could see the lights from the neighbors' houses just reflecting off the white of the snow, ice snow, whatever. And when you would step on it, it was weird, because it was a weird kind of texture, because you would crunch through the ice, then you'd feel kind of the soft powdery snow in between, and then you'd be back on ice again. So it was a very slippery situation. I had wanted to go to my car. Like, the first snow, I went to my car, grabbed the camping stuff that I had in there, and brought it in. And I was going to make a trip back out to my car a couple of days later to get some hand sanitizer and a first aid kit, just to be safe. but it was so slippery, and my car was across the street. Just, all I had to do was walk the front yard, then cross the street, and I'm at my car. It was so slippery. I just said, you know what? People are going to have dirty hands, and hopefully nobody gets hurt. I didn't want to take a chance.
Yeah. I know that people, you mentioned people up north may be used to, to the cold weather. I have a coworker that moved recently from Colorado, and I asked him, I said, I think it was him. I don't know who it was. Anyway, somebody that had lived up north before, and they said that, they didn't like it as cold. So, they prefer living down in South Texas. And I said, so when these winter storms would come through up north, I said, he's like, oh, it was nothing like this. He's like, it's snow. People get through the snow, but they don't actually have as much ice. So he was like, on days that it was snowing, he was like, you'd still see people out in the grocery stores. You'd still see people out running errands. You may not see as much. He said, now, if it got to where there was rollback in power or something like that, he said, of course, they would stay home. He said, but it would not last very long. He said, but, you get used to it. And I think that's the difference is, in Texas, we're not used to that.
Right. And I mean, they get winter weather like that on an annual basis. So they're prepared. I'm sure their infrastructure is weatherized.
Their vehicles. Yeah.
Like they're expecting that every year.
Right.
Texas winter usually lasts about a week.
Yeah.
And
total.
Yeah.
Not always in 1 week.
Yeah.
Either.
It's spread out. If you add up all the days, you might have a week. This was like a week long of freezing weather.
Consistent freezing temperature.
And then the weekend happened, and by Monday, most everything was melted. It got the week after, it got up to like the 70s. It was beautiful. I was driving through my neighborhood once the restaurants had opened back up, so I could go get some hot food because we were still under a boil notice. I didn't want to cook because I didn't want to have to deal with dishes and whatnot. So I went to a local burger chain, P. Terry's. What? And just driving around the neighborhood, it was just so amazing to see a beautiful, sunny, sunshiny day, blue skies, brownish, greenish grass.
Yeah, all of our plants have died.
And little patches of snow here and there. Other than that, you wouldn't have known that people were dying from the cold just a week previous to that. Right. It was crazy.
Unbelievable. Luis, my husband, bought blue tarps and plywood to try to build to protect the plants. So we have a lime tree in the back. He was so happy. About 2 weeks before the storm, he was like, el árbol de limón, the lime tree, está lleno de flores, which means they're full of little flower buds. So that means that they're going to give lime. So he was all excited. He told me the other night, he was like, damn. He was like, I spent about $200 something on supplies and materials to protect the plants. And he was like, and I look out the bedroom window and that tree is like brown. I was like, oh no. I said, well, we could always use those tarps in that wood again or something else.
Pinche árbol.
Yeah.
Get pelo.
Oh. So, yeah, it was definitely, it was crazy.
It was crazy.
Crazy. But we're crazy. I mean, we find a way to get through, and even if it's crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy,
yes,
my kids are crazy. So Luis, my son, little Luis, even though he doesn't like to be called that.
Does he like it when you call him daddy?
He really doesn't say anything.
It's so weird that you call your son daddy.
Like Daddy, Poppy, it's
Father.
I do not call him father.
Oh, okay, just daddy.
Yeah. So he has to do, he's virtual in school, and he's been there that way since the start of school in August of 2020. And one of his classes that he has is art. So I find these art things all over the place, especially in the kitchen, because that's his workstation. Well, last night he slides this picture under my bedroom door, and his assignment was he had to draw a curious face, a sad face, and a crazy face. And I don't know if you can see this.
He's quite the artist.
Okay.
Is that, see, Isabel, curious. Dad, cool. Did Luis get new teeth?
I think so.
Okay. Luis, sad. Mom, stressed. Be like crazy. First of all, because I love what you did with your hair.
Yeah. And he gave me yeah. I think he started to put confused on mine, but he scratched through it and put stress.
I like how your eyes are going one direction, but your nose is going the other direction.
Yeah, and my mouth.
It's reminiscent of Picasso. Now, how interested is your son in art? Does he have a passion for it, or is it just an assignment he has to fulfill?
Just an assignment he has to
fulfill. Well, let me say this. That kid needs to find another occupation, another hobby, something to pass the time, because his drawings. Hold that up one more time. Woof. Okay.
It's funny you say that too, because most of the assignments that he really has to put a lot of effort in, he's like, Isabel. Last night I walked in to the kitchen and she's like, Mom, I need your help. I said, I can't. I'm sleepy. What do you need I'm thinking, what do you, Isabel, need my help for? She's like, I have an assignment. I have to draw the superhero and a front angle, back angle, and or a front view, side view, and a back view. And she's like, and I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, why are you doing this? And like sitting right next to her is Luis, and his hands just like.
She was doing his homework.
She likes doing that stuff for him.
So you're admitting on our show that your daughter's doing your son's homework.
No, I said helping him.
You started by saying that she came to you and said, I have to do this project.
Hey, if there are any listeners that have kids that are doing homeschooling or virtual homework right now, they're going to take any help they can get.
Well, I'm glad she's helping. And I'm glad she has interest in it.
She does.
I hope her drawings are better.
They are.
Good.
Sometimes he's like so proud. Mom, check this out.
Look what I didn't do.
Yeah. Oh no, he'll take full credit for it.
Oh my goodness.
And Isabel's just like, oh my God.
My goodness.
So yeah, that's crazy kids.
Crazy kids. You think it's about time to take a break?
I think so.
All right, let's take a break. Hey, are you enjoying Number 2 Podcast? Would you like to support us so that we can keep making these great shows for you? Cuz, why don't you tell them where they can go?
Hit us up at campfirepod.com/support us. That's campfyrepod.com/support us. Support us is all one word.
You can support Number 2 Podcast directly with a monthly donation for as little as 99 cents per month through our Anchor.fm website. Or scroll down a little more and you can click on our merchandise link, and that'll take you directly to our Amazon store where you can buy one of the shirts that we offer. And if you pick up anything else during that visit, we'll make a small commission at no extra charge to you.
That's right. Listen in style, pick up a badass shirt, support us at campfirepod.com/support us. That's campfyrepod.com/support us.
That was a nice break. Got to stretch my legs. I just want to say there are other ways to support us rather than if you don't want to give us money or buy anything or can't afford to, go on Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review, leave us a good review, type something out. You can go, we're on Spotify now. You can leave us a review there. Where else, cuz? What else can they do?
They can go to
Email.
Campfyre Pod.
That's right.
Oh,
they can email us, numtupod@gmail.com.
Exactly what I was going to say.
But if you do want to buy something, we have some new merch available on our Amazon store. Like, for example...
Ta-da! And don't look at my nails, but just...
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we should have gotten a hand model. Yeah, we got pop sockets. We put up a tote bag and some pillows and a shirt, a new shirt.
Don't feel bad.
Oh, something I forgot to mention. Speaking of feeling bad, on our last segment, we were talking about the ice storm. There were a couple of organizations I donated to during that just to try and help out, and I wanted to mention those. I'll put the links in the show note if anyone else wants to help, because even though the ice storm is over, there are still a lot of displaced and affected people, especially the homeless population. So I donated something called the Other Ones Foundation, which is a foundation that helps to find shelter, opportunity, and support for homeless. You can find them at toofound.org. That's toofound.org. And I made my usual donation to the Southeast Texas Food Bank, which is setxfoodbank.org. And again, I'll put those links in the show notes. So if you want to help out, there are other organizations. If I can find some other reputable organizations, I might include those links as well. But I just wanted to, I forgot to mention that during the first part. Oh, and fuck Ted Cruz. But what I wanted to talk about is colloquialisms. Because why don't you tell the audience what colloquialism is?
Sorry, I think we got a bad connection.
Just tell the audience what, if anybody's not familiar with colloquialism, with that term, just let them know what it means.
Can you see the light on my face?
What?
Could you use that in a sentence?
Yes. In any given area, there will be a local colloquialism that will probably help identify certain areas.
Yeah.
There are English colloquialisms, Spanish colloquialisms. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Just
I can't see right now because I have this thing. Okay, there we go. This is really showing my age because, I have glasses and I have to pull it away. Colloquialism?
Yes. You know what it means. Tell the audience.
Yeah, the use of ordinary or familiar words or phrases.
Or
a word or phrase that's not formal or literary, typically one used in ordinary or familiar conversations.
Exactly. Like it's just like a slang word.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what that means.
Speech allows for colloquialism and slang.
Yeah, it's not a formal sort of thing. You probably wouldn't include this in a writing to like a professional sort of thing, but talking to your friends or your family, you would definitely say stuff like, "Oh, it's a piece of cake,"
like taking candy from a baby.
Exactly, that sort of thing. Like they're not literal. Like, yeah, if something's, you could take candy from a baby. That'd be very easy. How's the baby going to defend itself? Yeah. Like if it tries to step to me, it's like, pow, pow, baby. What you gonna do now? Cry? That's all you can do.
Like it'll be a cold day in hell. Yeah. In Texas when everything freezes over.
Yeah, we're past that. Our Texas government, the help that they tried to give us was like trying to put lipstick on a pig.
Okay.
But knock on wood, everything was fine.
Oh.
I did. Yeah. It's not like rocket science or something. Oh, yeah. So, those are examples of like English colloquialisms. Like, you might say, "Oh, let's put this on the back burner," meaning let's not worry about this right now. This is not the main thing that we're cooking. We're going to put it in the back and let it just kind of simmer until we can get to it. But there are some Spanish slangs that some of them I'm familiar with, some of them not so familiar. So I wanted to go through some of these and just tell me if you're familiar with them. Maybe you can use them in a sentence. Give me examples.
Oh, great.
No. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun.
Glasses back on.
Why? You need your glasses to think.
Yeah, there you go.
No mames, güey.
It's like when I drive, and if I have problems reversing and it's dark outside, I have to turn the music off. I have to roll down the windows.
Totally.
So I can see.
Yeah, see, the clearer you can see, the clearer you can think.
Yes.
It's like I do the same thing. Like when I'm looking for an address to someplace I've never been, turn the radio down so I can see better. I need my ears to do less work so my brain can put all that extra work towards my eyes. I know.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one. You're weird in other ways. So I got this website, theculturetrip.com, has some Mexican slang terms that I wanted to go over. The first one, very common. I've already used it a couple of times in the show, but way.
I way.
Way? No mama's way.
Yeah.
So what does way mean for our? This could double as like a Spanish class for like just so you can feel like you're more embedded in the Spanish or Mexican culture.
Yeah. One thing that have found that Spanish slang, or even just period Spanish words, they have so many different meanings.
Yes.
It just depends on the context and the tone of voice.
Exactly. So you have to be careful. Just a warning. Be careful when using some of these because way, like you can use that with your best friends, but it could also be like an aggressive thing.
Yeah.
Like
way is like, well, it's an animal.
It's an ox, right?
An ox. Like, so you're not really calling your best friend, hey, ox.
It's like buddy or dude,
yeah,
like kind of like
dude. It's
dude,
just a slang
right?
for like homeboy or
use it in a sentence. Use it in a sentence.
¿Qué onda, güey?
Nada mucho que
You know?
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué onda, güey? Like, what's up?
Use it
ox.
Now use it in like a more aggressive way.
A more aggressive way would be, mira pinche way. It just depends on what, look, you dumbass. That could be translated into that.
Yes. It's a fun word. It's a multi-use word. Like
right.
A lot of these will be.
Yeah. So, que estúpido way. What's
now you're skipping ahead. Hang on.
Okay.
I'll go on to the next. The next one is a good multi-use word too. Pinche. Pinche means, what does that mean?
Pinche way. I mean.
Yeah, pinche way just interrupted our show.
No.
Is that what you're going to say?
No.
Damn, that's your dad.
Pinche coronavirus. They call it pinche COVID-19.
Yeah, it is pinche COVID-19.
Pinche is like damn. That's always what I've translated it to.
I usually translate it as that, but I feel like it can mean, I think it can be harsher than that depending on how it's used. And I think some people can use it to substitute the F word, although there is a very good word for the F word, but pinche is kind of like another like multi-use tool. It's like a Leatherman tool. A lot of these words are multi-use tools.
Yeah.
You can combine that with pinche way. Like you see your buddy, ¿qué onda pinche way?
Yeah.
¿Qué pasó?
Yeah. Or just like I mentioned earlier, que es tu pinche pedo, way.
Or like, how would you say, that bastard owes me money?
Ese hijo de su pinche madre me deja.
Now, using the words that we've just covered, pinche way, how would you say that pinche way owes me money?
Just like you did. Ese pinche way me debe dinero.
Oh, okay. Pinche way, ¿qué?
Me debe dinero.
There you go. And that's more aggressive.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. And this one, I must give a warning. It sounds fun and nice. It's a good relief, but be careful. I would not even use this. Like, you have to be really good friends. But pendejo.
Pendejo. Yeah. It's like stupid.
Yeah. It's like a real. Well, it says here, and I don't know this. It says it literally means pubic hair. Have you ever heard that? Hang on, let me scratch my pendejos.
No. You know, I can't say that I have heard that.
Is Luis around? Can you ask
No,
him? Okay.
he went to Walmart.
What about little Luis? Ask him to draw as an art project some pendejos. See if he draws a family portrait.
Really?
Wait.
I wonder what dialogue.
Wait, you have an example of pendejos. Hold up that drawing again. No, but it means like idiot, but like a strong form of like stupid, like just like a dumbass.
Yeah. So like we could say we're talking just shooting the shit. You know, somebody might ask me, what do you and Eric talk about? I don't know. We just shoot the shit. So if I was to if I was to translate that in Spanish, I could say, hablamos de puro pendejadas. You know,
but you use an English one, shoot the shit, which is also a slang term. How would you literally translate shoot the shit to Spanish?
Puro mierdas. I don't know.
That means pure shit. How do you say shoot?
Shoot. Dispara mierda.
Yeah, if you said that, if you literally translated that English slang into Spanish, dispara mierda.
Dispara la mierda.
Dispara la mierda. La mierda. How would that go over in like a Spanish household? Like if you went to your in-laws and you were like, oh, just nosotros disparamos la mierda.
Yeah, it wouldn't even. They would probably look at me like you're looking at me.
They look at you like you're some sort of pendejo.
Yeah. Yeah. It would make more sense to say, nomás hablamos de puro pendejadas.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I like about these. Like it's cultural. It's localized to different areas. It's regional. There's regional.
Yeah.
There's regional colloquialisms. Tell them what that means, cuz.
Slang terms. Okay. I like this para la mierda.
Hey, yeah, you can introduce that to that. That'll be a new one.
Yeah.
Write that down so we don't forget that. We're gonna popularize that. So when we hear another Spanish speaking person say that, we'll know where it came from. This one is another good one.
Desperando la mierda.
I like this one too. This is a good one to use. It's just like verga.
I don't like that one. I don't even say that word in
I've
English.
heard you say that about Luis.
Oh, I have not.
No, when he says a la verga. That's
well, okay, that word is the slang ugly word for the D-I-C-K word.
Well, you can't just say penis. You have to
It's
go.
not
You have to go.
penis. Penis is pene or something like that.
I know, but it's penis and dick are the like you can't.
But the D word's like saying the C word.
Cock? A doodle doo? Is that the C word you're talking about?
That's your mom saying cocksucker.
Dang it. I wish my sounds were working. It's not working.
Yeah, I don't like saying that word.
Which one?
The V word.
Vagina?
No, the one you just said, the slang.
Virginia? Vitology?
It sounds like verde, but with the G.
Oh, you don't like green?
And A.
Greener. Grand. No, it's funny. It says it's pronounced like burger. How do you say burger in Spanish?
Hamburguesa?
Well, that's hamburger.
What'd
you say, cuz? Did you say?
I said burga.
It sounded like you said verga.
No. That there are some words that I don't like. That's one of them. I don't know why. It just sounds so unladylike.
Well, there's a lot of unladylike things you've said.
Well, Luis says, he says, a la verga when he's mad, like when he's trying to work on something and it doesn't work in his favor or he's messed it up.
And he says, to the dick.
Yeah, it's so. I know it doesn't literally translate to that, but
I
it's
know,
like
because
saying,
shooting the shit, you're not literally.
yeah, disparando
shooting.
la mierda.
Yeah.
So he'll say those things. Yeah. But when you say vete a la verga, way, that means like you're telling someone to F off. Even though you're not saying vete a la chingada. You know, it's like the same thing.
Yes. All right, let's move on to the next one. Are you enjoying this? You having fun with this? Okay.
Yeah. I'm learning
This one is
new.
This one is a good one. I like this one too. No mames.
No mama's way.
I hear a lot of people use that.
Yeah.
And what does that translate to?
No mamas means like don't suck. But it mamas is like suck. But what it translates to is like you're joking or you're kidding or don't kid around or are you serious? You know, those types of things.
Yeah, like no way.
Yeah, like no way. Like I can't believe that. No mames.
Or WTF.
Yeah.
No mames.
So I hear Luis will get a phone call and he's like, hey, ¿qué onda? Wait, da, 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 da. No mames. So it means like somebody's just told him some good juicy gossip or something. ¿A poco que sí, güey?
And you're like, who's sucking what?
And then he hangs up and I'm like, what happened? He's like, nothing. Makes me sick.
No, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
And I'm like, no mames.
A la verga.
Yeah.
All right, this one. This one I almost got in trouble for saying as a kid because I confused it with Chihuahua.
Oh.
Do you remember this?
I know.
Your dad was driving. Your mom was in the passenger seat. There were probably about 17 of us stuffed in the back seat.
Including in the back shield, the
Yes,
windshield in the back.
and something happened on the streets. Maybe somebody cut your dad off. I don't know the exact thing, but he said chingar, and I was back there, and I confused it with Chihuahua in my head. So I was like chingar, 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 and everybody was like,
I can't believe
because
you said that.
I was a little kid, and what was I saying? Cuz
You were saying fuck. I shouldn't have said the whole word.
I thought you were going to spell it out like you did
The F word.
the D word.
Chingar, chinga, chinga tu. They're all like the F word, you know.
Yes.
F your mom.
How would you say F your mom?
Chinga tu madre.
Why are you whispering?
Because that's a bad one too.
I know, but like, so our audience needs to learn these things so they know when it's appropriate to. Because I don't know how to. I don't speak Spanish that well. How do you say it?
Chinga tu madre.
Mom.
I did not say it to you.
Oh,
I'm giving you the example.
who are you talking to?
No one. I was just tricked me. So, but I don't ever really hear people use that in a jokingly, you know. I haven't. I mean, there are some people that do, but
again, with good friends, but that's a hard F word. That is like for sure. Yeah. You mean the F word.
Yeah. Chingao, like usually if, you know, something is usually that word results in something negative or something bad. It's usually not chingao. That's it's
chingao, me gana la lotería.
Chingao, me gané. No.
Mira los frijoles.
No.
Because I got them all in a row. No, usually I'm like hammering a nail on the wall and I hit my fingers. Ay, que chinga.
Yeah. It's like, what the? Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's usually not used that I'm aware of in very, you know, many good circumstances. So.
This one has a couple of variations. Chingadera.
What
is that?
It's just like shit, just effed up stuff.
Just trash, garbage, whatever.
Yeah.
It says it isn't always negative though, as chingonazo.
Chingonazo's like, to me, it means like a big deal, like
admirable.
Like you have a big, nice truck.
I thought you were going to say they give a big, nice verga.
Mira, that too.
Mira el chingonazo con la verga grande. Ay, qué chinga. No mames, güey.
Yeah. Qué chinganazo tienes. I say truck because that's what I've heard, you know, like if we see something, man, that chingon, you know, it's big.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, mira, muy chingón. Yeah,
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 yeah.
chingonazo. Okay, chingon, I've heard, yeah. I use this one a lot. Órale.
Órale, güey.
Órale. Da-na-na, da-na-na. No,
Órale. To me, it's like, what's up? Or yeah, or like, how's it
there's a lot of different
going?
uses
Or,
for this one.
yeah.
I stole a usage from George Lopez,
Uh-huh.
where like from the George Lopez show, when his kids would say or do something that was just like unbelievable, like órale,
Yeah.
órale.
Yeah.
So that I use it like that a lot, but it has different contexts. Obviously, like a lot of these slangs do. It says here it can be used as an interjection of encouragement, which I have done. They're like, órale,
Keep going.
yeah, vámonos,
Yeah.
órale. An expression of shock. Oh yeah, that's like I can't believe it. Órale, órale. Qué chinga. Surprise or excitement. There's another good use. An agreement with a statement can be communicated through a timely use of the word órale.
Órale. Let's go. Órale.
Órale.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, that's a good kind of that's another good multi-tool word.
Yeah.
Órale, pinche, and way are like, I keep those in my pocket all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's a couple that you've already used. You skipped ahead. ¿Qué pedo? And ¿qué onda?
Yeah.
¿Qué pedo literally means what?
What? Well, pedo for me has always been like fart.
So ¿qué pedo literally means
You know, what fart? Like, what's your fart, man? What's your farting problem?
I love that is like, imagine saying that in English. Like we were just talking about translating one colloquialism to another language. What was it? Shoot the shit is what?
Yeah. Disparar la mierda.
Yeah. So imagine saying, like, it can be used as like, what's up?
Yeah.
If your greeting to your friend is, hey, what fart, buddy?
Yeah. Or the other one was pedo, me puso una buena pinche pedo, or, you know, una peda is drunk, you know? So it can be used again, you know? If you were to translate, if I said pedo means fart or problem or, you know, then you could also translate, I gave myself a good fart or I gave myself a good problem. And it's not used in that context, you know?
No, I've literally given myself a good fart.
Yeah.
Cleared me out. I felt lighter afterwards. I might have been a few inches above my chair.
Yeah.
So yeah, ¿qué pedo means literally what fart, and then ¿qué onda is
what's up? Like what?
Yeah.
Literally, it's what's up on the what's up.
Okay.
And usually that's probably in the same. I don't know that there's very many different contexts of ¿qué onda? Again, it's just how it's used. You know,
Right.
¿qué onda, way?
You
¿Qué
say that
onda
to a
con tu-
stranger, like you're looking at them, kind of, you know, sizing them up. Like, ¿qué onda, güey?
Yeah.
Like what's your
Yeah, they're
what's your
gonna be
problem?
like-
What's going on?
They're just gonna do
What are you
the
doing
whole
around here? What do you
head-
want?
The head nod thing,
Yeah.
and then everybody's gonna be nodding.
And then you recognize them, and you're like, "Oh, that's a
Hey,
childhood
¿qué
friend I haven't. ¿Qué
onda?
onda, güey? ¿Qué pedo? Mira este chingonazo."
Mira ese chingonazo. Oh, so he pulls his pants down and does.
He does this. That's impressive.
Like, I gotta get my hands in the right.
Oh, that's not a chingonazo. All right, this one is it's a set of 4 words. 2 of them I'm familiar with. Actually 3 of them I'm familiar with. So cuate.
Cuate is like twin partner.
Okay. Compa.
Compa is like compadre,
Yeah,
homeboy.
A good close friend.
Yeah.
Cabron.
Cabron is
Doesn't that literally mean bastard?
yeah.
But it's used as a slang
Yeah. So
for
you could say,
friends.
yeah. Hola, cabrón, ¿qué onda? But again, it just depends. I mean, you got to know your
Exactly.
how and who.
That one, be careful with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the last one is carnal.
Carnal is like brother.
Yeah, it's like flesh or blood, right?
Yeah. But I mean, in our
But
Mexican
no.
culture,
I mean, like the literal translation. You understand what I'm saying?
But yeah,
No, the literal translation, carnal, is like flesh, right? Like
yeah,
carnal.
Yeah.
Body, flesh, blood.
Carnal.
So you're saying like you're really close, like they're like a blood relative.
Mi pinche carnal, güey.
So cuate, I'm not familiar with. You said that means twin, so I guess like that's somebody you're so close with, you feel like you're twin. Okay.
Mi cuate, yeah.
Compa or compadre.
My compadres.
It's like a close friend.
Yeah. Usually compadre is like some baptism, some type of
your godparents,
religious,
right?
yeah.
Your godparents, your godchildren.
Yeah.
So
well, not godchildren because it's those are hijados.
That's right. So the godparents.
Yeah.
So somebody that you have a close spiritual relationship.
Yeah. So it's like co-mother, co-father, comadre, compadre.
Compadre.
Yeah.
Compa.
So they're like the co-parents, but everybody's a comadre and compadre.
A friend of mine I used to work with, she was from Costa Rica, so Spanish was her first language.
Mm-hmm.
And she would tease me all the time because I don't speak Spanish very well or very often. But she would help me try and learn. And compa was one of the ones that we used a lot. But it wasn't to each other. We didn't refer to each other as compa. We would always say, like for lunchtime or dinner time, I'm going to go see my compa, which meant we were going to Taco Bell. So even now, she's working for a video game company in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm still here in Texas. So every now and then when I go to Taco Bell, I'll send her a picture of what I order from Taco Bell and say, I went to visit my compa today. And then sometimes she'll send me a picture like, I went to my compa too.
That's funny. Yeah. My compa.
All right, so moving on. The next one, madre.
Madre is mother.
Yes.
But
have you ever used it as any other way?
Yeah, like it's bad. Like I'm not saying like my mother. I'm just saying like, and Luis does too when he's working, like, and he messes or something's not going in his favor while he's doing something. He's like, "Puta madre,"
and that means
so bad to say. It's like,
well, I mean, you said it in Spanish.
If I translate word for word, it's like bitch mom or whore mom or
But that phrase is roughly translated as like son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Or like again, as an example, I'm hammering a nail into the wall and I hit my finger with the hammer. I'm like, puta madre.
Yeah.
Que chingao.
Yeah.
So,
I've found, because he says it, a lot. But I found myself picking up on those little on those terms. You know, I'll use those slang words. So if I'm trying to do something, or I get up something like, madre, and I don't even say the whole P-U. It's like, puta madre.
You say, pita.
No.
Like the bread, a pita.
Yeah. No.
No.
It's like,
puta madre. And it also says here, it also says here, comadre means awesome. Have you ever heard that? Comadre? Con madre?
Con madre. Yeah. It's like, todo madre. That means full, like really good. Yeah.
Todo madre?
Todo madre, ta con madre.
But if you said todo puta madre, it means it's really bad.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, you could be super excited. Estaba todo puta madre, estaba chingón. Yeah, maybe. But, it just, like I said, it just depends.
Well, I'm not familiar with it in the Spanish use.
Yeah.
But this next one, I've definitely heard you use. Gacho. Gacho?
Que gacho. Yeah. Gacho, that's like pretty messed up. That's ugly. That's kind of bad. More like, I don't want to say a betrayal, but, gacho, it's messed up. It's not good. It's,
something is bad or not cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Que gacho.
People can be gacho in less than ideal situations.
Yeah. Like
And I've
low,
heard you-
shady.
Yeah, I've heard you use it about people. I've heard you describe people as gacho.
I never call my family gachos.
That's not what I was saying. If that's a guilty conscience coming out, that's on you.
I've never said
Anyway,
that my family's not cool.
I just want to say, Aunt Mary, I'm sorry. You have to hear this way.
No.
You don't deserve that.
Cuz, que gacho.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. No, you were talking about people I don't know. They were probably on Luis's side of the family.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. No, I'm joking. They're not. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
And this isn't on the list from this website that I'm, theculturetrip.com that I'm reading this from, but this is one that I want to introduce into the culture. I first heard my mom and my niece, Rhiannon, use it. It's actually a Spanglish one. And my friend from Costa Rica, her name is Gabby. I got her saying it, and now I say it because she would say it.
Yeah.
And again, she had like a little bit of an accent, so it sounded really cool. But que wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
That's not a popular.
No.
Okay, let's make it popular. Let's make that the point of this show is to popularize that term. Que
Yeah,
wow.
wow.
So
Yeah.
my niece and my mom would say que wow.
Yeah.
Gabby took it on her own and turned it into oh que wow.
Oh, okay, wow. Yeah.
So I was talking to her after she moved to the Northwest. There's not a whole lot of Spanish speaking people up there.
Mm-hmm.
So she was kind of embarrassed because that was something that became like her catchphrase. She kind of adopted it as her own, and we would just kind of joke back and forth with it. But when, you would see something impressive, you'd be, oh, que wow.
Yeah.
So she was working at this new studio and she's learning new stuff, or they'd show her something really cool and she would say, oh, que wow.
Right?
And she said people would look at her like, what are you saying? And she felt embarrassed, but I was like, no, don't be embarrassed. Popularize it. Make that a new thing. Like, you'll know where it came from.
You're gonna
when you hear
copyright
somebody
it.
else say it back to you, you're like, oh, that was mine.
You're going
So
to
yes, que
copyright
wow.
it. That's
Yeah,
like
que
what
wow.
happens when Isabel listens to the show once it's dropped. She's like, okay, wow, Mom.
Yeah, so that's a Spanglish term, and I think it's just like if you're surprised or if you're impressed by something, oh, que wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's all that I have for the slang. I just I thought that might be kind of fun to go over.
It was fun.
Try if you're new to Spanish, look these up. Be careful how you use some of them, but try to incorporate them. That way, you sound more like a more native, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Spanish speaking.
It really is comadre.
Que wow.
There we go. I can see you guys better.
Hey, I can see me through your eyes.
You can?
Yeah, it's fine. We're ending the show right now.
Okay. Okay, cool.
So, what do you want? You have anything you want to wrap up before we head out? You should have been covering your mustache like that the entire time.
I had it waxed. I do these laser things. But anyway, no, I mean, go out there, dispara la mierda with whoever you want, enjoy life, and
Yeah, be on bien chingonazo.
yeah,
Muy
yeah.
chingon.
Yeah. And go out there and support whoever you need to support so that we in Texas never have to go through a blackout again. So.
Yeah, I just want to say one last time to that pinche pendejo, fuck Ted Cruz. I can't stand you. I can't wait to vote you out of office. You don't represent me. But beyond that, just have a wonderful day. Be muy chingón.
Yeah. Y ahí viene el tren. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's coming.
Oh, perfect timing. Okay, well, just again, if you want to support us, leave us a good review on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can hear a podcast. Leave us a good review. If you want to financially support us, you can go to campfyrepod.com/support us. That's campfyrepod.com/support us, all one word. And you can support us directly through our anchor.fm site for as little as 99 cents per month, or scroll on down to the merchandise link and it'll take you to our Amazon store where you can buy t-shirts, your pop socket, show your pop socket again. We got new tote bag, some pillows, some older t-shirts that's upside down.
My whole phone is.
Those are just some ways that you can support us as Number 2 Podcast. So have a great day. And remember, no mames, güey.
Dispara la mierda.
Okay, well. If you enjoyed watching this episode of Number 2 Podcast and would like to see more, tell them what they can do, cuz.
You can simply click the subscribe button, give us a like, click on the bell notification, and you'll be notified of all the episodes as they become available.
Yes, the bell notification.